All right, welcome in, everybody. You may notice Lion's Arch looks a little bit different for those of you that have seen this place before. It's a little bit different. Something's a little different about it today. Also, hi Val, I see you got first. Yeah, things are not what they usually are. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something strange. The reason I'm starting just a minute or two early. Hi, Bloom. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I will use them on my birthday someday. The reason I'm starting a little bit early is because Mad King Thorne is about to appear here, and we're going to play Mad King Says, everyone's favorite game. It is just like Simon Says, except Mad King Thorne tells us what to do. This is Mad King Thorne. It's his day. This is him. He's a big fellow. He's telling us about it. Loved and feared by all in Tyria. So that you can actually hear what's going on. Whoa! Like, actually smucked him? Oh no, the daddy jokes are back again. Woo! Alright. So. He tells us to do emotes, and we do emotes. If he says Mad King Says. Oh, Bloom. Braised Choco. Thank you, Harry Potter spoiler. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Anyway, we're doing this for treasure. Oh. Yeah. And I bet, almost guaranteeably, that teachers won't do anything about the words. But they'll do something about some kid getting smacked.
Because someone somewhere has undoubtedly proposed something wrong with Jesus. And King says...
Whoa! Oh, well, alright. Amazing. Where'd he go? Where did you teleport off to, sir? Sometimes he goes nowhere, sometimes he goes all over the place. We've seen him teleport to nowhere. He's only done... That's Beckon. No, that's Wave. Yeah! Woof. I don't condone beating other people up IRL, but at the same time, there are times. Three so far. Anyway, we'll be going into the labyrinth, but I'm going to show you the other things that Halloween has to offer first, because the labyrinth is just running in a circle, killing. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, I'm not in party, that's why. Oh, dear. Oh! Oh, yeah, that's one of those moments. Anyway, it's Halloween! Now, normally I outrun what Thorne does at the end of this. He has a gift for all of his loyal subjects. But I will not this time, because I'm cool like that. I want you to see what happens before we had mounts and could outrun him. Oh yes, this is Shrug. Once we're done here, I'll let you guys get a better look at Arwen. Arwen is the character that I'm playing right now. They are... Oh, I think he wants us to sleep. Oh, right. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna have a good Halloween in here. These folks are folks you've seen before. This is Mince and Hooji in party with me, who have very politely agreed to come along with me for at least a little bit. Ooh, a vampire! Very nice! This is a good idea. I always end up switching costumes with whatever I've got lying around. One year, because I got a Moogle plush during October, I completely changed my costume and went as Locke instead from Final Fantasy VI. Of course you're related. The Crichton royalty is all related. Thorne, you are an ancient ancestor. I'm not going to explain this to chat. Chat is asking. Vampire fangs are great. I have a pair of custom fit vampire fangs that you would never know were not my real teeth once they're in. I love them so much. They had to be kind of small, but they're still really good. I also have a pair that has a little bar at the back of it. You slide it in, and they pop out. You just press the bar, and they go click. Oh, laugh. And it's great, like 10 out of 10. I love popping them out like that, and just like click. And then there's fangs. This year I may or may not use my my black sclera lenses. Oh. I gotta check our dailies, too. Oh, fun! Oh, it's gonna be so good. I love getting to wear costumes to school as long as they're, like, you know, not crazy. They got all upset the year I put a bullet wound in my head. Oh no. There we go. Typed it out right this time. I had fake blood and some of that, like, putty skin and a really good skill with makeup. So I put a really nice wound in my face, and I was so proud. And they got all upset because they're like, it looks too real, and I'm like, it looks like garbage. Don't bite anybody with those. The fake fangs, especially the ones that fit over your teeth, can kind of hurt if you try to bite somebody with them. They recommend you don't. Yeah, I know. It would be great if they did. But, if you've ever worn fake nails, it's kind of got that to it. It can pull at the, like, at your actual teeth, and that's no good. Especially if you don't have your milk teeth anymore. If your baby teeth are all gone, you take care of them teeth you got. Nice. Alright, I'm going to show you exactly what happens. There's a lot of people racing away on mounts for some reason. Who knows what it could be? It's a mystery. Da-na-na-na. Oh, is it costume brawl right now? Well, whatever. We're costume brawling. We brawling! Oh, Evie's got my good. Oh, no, no, no. Let me brawl. Let me fight! I'm a little guy! Oh, I got knocked out. Alright, I can solve this with a different solution. Which one's the spin? There we go. This'll get you covered. Come on! Come on, Arwen. Arwen. There we go! Okay, so the thing about the Executioner's Axe is it's a costume brawl toy, but it is incredibly overpowered because of Meat Grinder. You pull people in and you just kill them about it. Anyway, I'm done with the costume. Okay. I did say I would show you Arwen. They are a Sylvari. Arwen has a backstory. They are technically Nightmare Court, arguably. They woke up in a swamp in Caledon one day, missing their eyes and generally confused about what was going on. And now they're an ambush predator. They'll get ya. So they just live in the swamp. They're all right, mostly. They just also think they're better than you in every conceivable fashion. Which is why I say they're technically Nightmare Court. Anyway, anyone they lure in, they basically blame for getting lured in the first place. And Arwen is my Halloween character. Halloween gets you a lot of things in your bag. Oh yes, I should go do this. Let me open up the Mad King's chest before I forget. They're just a lovely little murder elemental. Now, that's not to say that they don't have friends. They do. In so much as the Nightmare Court can. There we go. Ah. Oh boy, it's a bloodbath down there. Alright, do I have enough to get candy corn cob? How close are we? Alright. Alright. So, we're gonna go do Ascent. Ascent to Madness. Unless those two are both in Sanctum Sprint without me, my favorite game, and they're both inside it? How dare! Is today daily activity? Is that what's happening? It probably is. Let me click party chat on. Alright, first we're going to take a second and do Sanctum Sprint, and then, because it's daily activity, and this is the best activity! Come on, let me go. What do you mean not enough energy? Oopsie doodle. I love how many people are having a good time with this. Oh well. Look at people going. Oh, I'm glad to have some competition. No one ever seems to want to compete in this game. Whoa! What? That was a really good place to have left that. I missed completely. Oh well. I'm grounded. That means I didn't have to take all that lightning damage. How unfortunate. Whew. Oh dear. Okay. Come on. Come on, Arwen. Come on, friend. Up you go. There we go. Okay. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this sorted out. I know I won't come first place, and that's alright. Woo! Oh! My life flashed before my eyes. My little life flashed before my eyes. Oh. Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot, I had Aspect Master. That is fake. You can't fool me with that. Yeah. Okay, so this Sanctum Sprint thing is part of another game. Part of another festival. But it comes up in this sometimes, and I like that about it. Just in case. Whoa! Oops. I just wanted to run it again, I guess. Anyway, I've already finished it. Alright. Ah, you're right. Okay, so I'm gonna need a couple of minutes just to get this, because Sanctum Sprint makes you wait for it. And I'd forgotten that Sanctum Sprint makes you wait for participation. But that means you get to take a look at Arwen in the daytime, which is not nearly as fun or exciting. There's a reason Arwen is my Halloween character. They're not nearly as fun or exciting. What is happening here? Is it equipment? Is that what's wrong? Could put a legendary on you. Yeah, it doesn't show anyway. Boom. Power Vitality Condi. No, you're all in grieving, aren't you? Almost all in grieving. What is Power Vitality Condi? Oh no, that does narrow it down. Doesn't it? No. Well! When in doubt. Oh, there it is. It's carrion. Let's go see if we've got anything. Since I'm waiting here, let's play a little bit of Fashion Wars and see if I've got anything nice to put on their back. I considered Mysterious Vines, but it's got a lot of purple to it. It doesn't really fit their ambush predator style, and I can't dye that, so that's whatever color it is. They're not a winged creature. I did do Dark Matter Cape for a little while, because that was alright. We're not doing the Echo Vault Spire. Ha! Imagine! You have a bog creature and you drape a cape on them. Something to do. Tanglewood's too much. Mad Memories. They're not a big reader, though. Oh well. They're fine the way they are. A bog creature! It's true, it's true. Arwen is a glorious bog creature. What's that? Oh, for crying out loud. You make me wait, and then you demand I use moves and skills? Come on.
An exhilarating display. Stupendous efforts all around.
Okay, that better be my daily. Let's leave. So. Oh, I don't know about that. Arwen's got gator vibes about them. They delight me. Alright, we're zooming. This vista, you can't normally get to by jumping up the boxes, but with the candy corn here, you can. The correct path to this vista is up these, up this stuff. Whoopsie doodle. Is you jump up here, and then you come over there, and then you jump over to it. But, with the candy corn present, you can actually just jump up the boxes. And get it as it looks like you should be able to. Anyway, zooming. I got places to be, and they're Mad King's Ascent. Now, Ascent was broken earlier. It's fixed now. But it was crashing people's game. We're actually gonna join my friends in LA. Alright, so we're going into Mad King's Ascent. We good now? Now, Mad King's Ascent is where we get to see the most of Thorne. Ooh, Vexus Lab. That's a jumping puzzle. We're gonna get these here. Ooh! This is one of Mint's characters. His name is Kennen. Kennen's a delight. And Huji is currently wearing one of the paper bag helms, but this is Alexi, one of his Halloween boys. That's an improvised greatsword for those of you wondering. Now this is normally supposed to be completed with 5 characters, but given how many of us are here, like how power creep has gone, it doesn't need it. That's King Thorne. Now, normally what we have to do is go out there and fight monsters, but we can instead hide back here because he's going to make us play Mad King Says. Aw, cute.
Prepare yourselves for...
Mad King says.
For all of you sad sots, no. Hear me now!
Hoochie, don't do it. Don't go out there. We're hiding. We're hiding behind the mausoleum where it's safe. Thorne, are you?
If not, that's unfortunate.
This is the clouds swirling on top that you can see there. It's the camera's a little funky.
Display a little respect before you. Your man king says...
Yeah, I'm not going out there. They can fight monsters all they want. As you can see. If you don't do the emote, you take damage from Thorne getting mad at you. If you do the emote, you take damage from the monsters around you. Probably. Oops.
Am I not frightening? Power!
Oh, fun! I'm glad you get to bring a blanket and stuffy.
You enjoy yourselves. Your mad king says... Dance! Dance for
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm typing it in because I type it in normally.
listen to the music in your head. Dance!
Okay, we're done. Alright, now it's time for Thorne to come down. That was interesting. For a time.
Glory.
For a time.
He-
You did as well as could be expected.
He does this every year.
Time of this.
Come here, sir.
Attack my target.
And now we fight Thorne! Now, there's a few little tricks to this. Oh, I'm using a sword. That's what's going on. I did wonder what I was doing. Now, there's a few little tricks you can do. But I'm not a mesmer, nor do I have a white mantle portal device. Kennen, oh no! Ah! We've all been there. We've all been there.
I feel furious.
I think it's this way to get down. Yeah. Now we fight Thorne over 3 levels. If you're a mesmer, though, you can pull him up to the 2nd level, and then you don't have to make the complicated, difficult jumps down to the 3rd level. And both sides of the 3rd level are difficult to jump down. Honestly, the hardest part of King Thorne is getting to him without hurting yourself badly. Those scarecrows, if you kill them and you're in their damaging field, they do damage. And they also fear you off the cliff. Which is bad, it will kill you. These white pumpkins make you immune to both the exploding pumpkins and scarecrows. Which is super helpful. My class is something called a Deadeye. I'm not using its actual class. I'm not using its actual class weapon, which is a rifle. I'm using sword, dagger, and shortbow instead. It's an uncommon thing. It's an uncommon setup to use. Shortbow's great for the lab, though. I'm gonna take the unsafe jump. My friends are taking the much safer jump. I'm gonna take the unsafe one. What we have to do is aim at that tree. You see it? We're gonna make it! Oh no, we didn't make it! Oh, attacked! Should have taken the safe jump. I should have taken the safe jump. This is the safe jump. Oh, that's helpful. Yeah. This is the safer jump of the bunch. Okay. Now we're going to make use of our short bow. Now, I do have a weapon called the Dreamer, which is a short bow. But I'm not using it on Arwen because it doesn't fit their build. Or, not their build. It doesn't fit their style. Nice. That is Ascent to Madness. That is the sort of mini dungeon that you do for Halloween. If you don't have auto loot, don't forget to loot this chest. It's important. Plague Doctor plushie! That'd be so cute! Thorne himself, not a problem. This, a problem. I'm going to climb the Mad King's Tower, which is the jumping puzzle for this Halloween. I mean, it's the jumping puzzle for every Halloween, but it's especially for this one. There is now a stopped clock tower as well, which is super important. The stopped clock tower. There we go. Oh, that was weird. The clock tower has both a stopped and a working version. And the stopped one is where you get the paper bag masks from. For those of you who are wondering, Alexi's wearing one. Very cute. I'm not going to climb the stopped one. Just know that you can glide and you aren't in combat. So if you want to learn where the jumps are, you can go into the stopped one and it's a little easier. This is the timed version. I don't expect to make it to the top on the first try. We'll see what we can do. Let's go, Arwen. We've got this. We've got this, buddy. Now, I do have a bug-themed necromancer, and that includes spiders, but unfortunately I can't use that motif for him. Because, like I've said before, one of my teammates is very, very, very frightened of them. Alright. Got it. Nice. You don't have to stop to open those chests. You can just sort of mash F on your way by. Which is what I did. There's 2 of those. There's one right there too, but we can't reach it from the bottom. I do that every time, and every time I scare myself half to death. Okay. Okay. Now we gotta wait. I say, as I jump down. I'm greedy. Okay. Now we don't jump right away when we see the window. The window's not open. If we jump right away, we'll die. We jump when we see it again. The very second we see it. There we go! Yeah! And that is the clock tower. I am honest to goodness impressed that I made it. Alright, we're leaving. You can climb that multiple times and it keeps giving you rewards, which is great of it. But there's a much easier way to get rewards. There's a couple of other things that we can do during Halloween. One of those things is Reaper's Rumble, which is a PvP tower defense kind of game. You have 3 little spots. They've got 3 little spots. And your object is to destroy their 3 little spots before they take yours. There's also a raceway, but more importantly, there's the labyrinth. Now we might have time to show you one of these things, because I see some folks going off to do. What have we got here? And Lunatic Inquisition is a game of deadly tag, which eventually turns into Manhunt. Mince is politely offering to let me teleport out there so that I can just go straight to the end of the puzzle and then come back here. And I can do that because I have teleport to a friend. Or do I? I have my recharging teleport. Oh, I have to grab one. One of the dailies is to get to the end of the jumping puzzle out in Fireheart Rise. The one that I can actually do. Not the one that I suffer from every time I try. Ooh, eyeliner is good on a vampire costume. So we're going to very quickly sneak that because Mince is a precious gift to this world. Who's going all the way through Vex's lab while I'm here. And then we're going to go into the labyrinth. Oh, I assumed you were going as a goth vampire. Oh. Arwen has never really been to Fireheart Rise. They've got hero points here because I used stuff in World vs. World to get them hero points. But they have never been here. This is going to be wild for them. It makes sense, though. You know what Arwen doesn't like to do? Does this count? Did that count? Things Arwen doesn't like to do include being near fire. I feel like I should leave somehow and get a waypoint, but not happening. Arwen is not very good at being near fire of any kind. Back I go. Also, vampires can be any flavor you want. That's what's cool about vampires. Source, Vampire the Masquerade. Played a great deal of it. I don't play it anymore, usually, but I did play a lot of it. Also, the children are running around all dressed up. So you can see a bunch of, like, little youngins in different fun costumes. These kids will also say things like, yeah, there we go. Silvari are born fully formed. That's because vampires are great. Alright. I'd like to return to the labyrinth. Alright. Oh, no worries. Thanks for the lurk! Now, if we don't have a tag in here and we do have doors... We don't have a tag in here, but we also don't have any doors. Alright, let's see. I might be able to, Oh, yes! The race! Excuse me. Where's my Jekyll? That's Joko.
And you look a bit pale, dear Fyerluna. You could use a dash or some flesh.
Oh no, Steve's up. I saw him for just a briefest of moments. I saw his little stupid thing. I got so scared. Steve is the labyrinthine horror. He's very frightening. Our friend Steve, our pal Steve, is extremely dangerous. He will kill you. He will kill you. He'll kill your friends. He'll kill your friends' families. He'll kill anybody. Raptor is probably the better choice. I guess I could beetle, but I don't really want to beetle around this race. It's hard to beetle for. Anyway, Mad King Thorne was a king of Kryda in around about 800. 800 AE after Exodus. He's not right or sane or any of it. That flaming pumpkin on his head, that got put there by his subjects who, strong disagree with his style of rule. I will say. Anyway, I do not have to finish first, I just have to finish the race. It's part of the Halloween traditions. Swoop! Ugh! Oh, fun fact about those little plastic spiders that keep attacking me. Those little guys, hilariously, those little guys, say in English on the bottom of them, made in Tyria. This is funny because Tyrian has a language. It has several. Ascalonian and New Crichton are 1-1 ciphers for English, but they're written differently. There's Elonian, which does not have they don't have a 1-1 English cipher, but they exist. There's Canthan, which is Canthan. It's not technically readable. As far as I know, anyway. And then there's Asuran and Char. Like, everybody's got a written language. New Crichton is the language that Tyria writes in, though. Because Kryda was the one to invent the printing press. So seeing actual English letters was, oh no. Oh, bad. That's Steve. We just saw Steve. We're gonna run for our lives because he will come at you. He's coming. He'll do it. Alright. Woo! We did it! Did that count? Was that enough? Oh, I gotta do that one more time? Boo. Alright. That's fine. Woo! Alright, let me tell the map about it. Never mind, I don't have to tag up. Maybe I do. I'm gonna make me a squad. Gotta put the kitty one on.
The inevitable? And what's so inevitable about you? Oh,
New at this.
funny 'cause it's true.
Your sense of humor matches your taste in fashion.
Oh, right.
And quite frankly, a little overstated.
Da 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 da. There's a spot for festivals. Lab. All doors. All doors and Steve. Mobs. Alright, so sometimes you will find people, who say, no boss doors, and those people are not here to do boss doors. That's just how it is. I need my boosters. Got some food down. Where's my Black Lion booster? Directly there. We're stacking Magic Find. We got some banners up, which I forgot to bring, so I'm grateful that... this hero's banner is hard to click on. Okay. We're gonna go get Steve! Oh, Steve. Don't forget, children, bring your good DPS. Actually, no, not in lab, you don't. We're gonna get him! So this is Steve. He's a chainsaw-wielding, fellow. He's a skeleton. This is not to be confused with Steve from the jungle. Jungle Steve is, also known as Stave Master Aiden. And he's different. Oh, I didn't need to press that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Steve, come back so we can finish killing you, buddy. It's time for you to die. Got him! Alright. Moving out. Now I want my short bow so I can tag literally 100% of things. So what we're doing now is just circling around mid. Doing a little circle, drawing in enemies. Till our doors respawn. Now, I'm tapping a lot of 111. You can also see in chat, Mince is lending me a hand because I do not know the path to this. I'm new at it. I do not normally command lab. It's not that I don't like to. I do. I like to command anyway. It's that... It's that, oh, shoot. Anything else up here? Nope, southwest. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Now I know what you're thinking. Why turn around like that? The answer may surprise you. This way. Now, there's two things that we need to remember. Nerds, the hollowed gourd binder. We're gonna get him. I'm gonna get this carving pumpkin first. We gotta be real careful of this guy. He's big. He's new. He's new with last year's release for Halloween. He's a lot of fun. He turns you into a pumpkin sometimes, and that's bad. Ah, that didn't count for a second trip. Okay. Now, my build is a little messy, I admit, because I don't have one. Arwen isn't really built to do much of anything except for cause problems. Arwen is, in fact, a world versus world character when I use them for things outside of festivals. Because they're very good at sneaking around and getting places that I need to get. They're also very good at handling NPCs. So I can just go and do small tasks in world versus world by myself. Oh dear. Yeah, they're not making it. Gourd binder. Gourd binder. Sir, I'm going to need you to come out of that wall. There's a carving pumpkin in there, and I would like to carve it. There we go. We got him. We'll get him. Oh, he's not there yet. You'll also find that these bosses die fairly slowly. The reason that they die fairly slowly is because we've all got basically 1-1-1 on. Etiquette for the labyrinth is that you try your best not to do a ton of damage to things, because you want everybody to get a tag. Because everyone who gets a tag on an enemy gets the loot from that enemy. So if each of you tag a skeleton for 1 damage, you all get skeleton rewards, and that's trick-or-treat bags. It makes it less frustrating for everyone. It makes it a little trickier to deal with the boss monsters like this. Well, but like, it's fine. You gotta loot those on purpose. We all good? We're all over here? Okay. It's a Fodor. Fodors are the best. Because they spit out an absolute load of foes. Target them, and you'll tag like a bunch. There are some weapons that tag a whole lot of things. My short bow, for instance, tags a whole lot of things. And I like that about it. Guardian Staff used to be known as the loot stick because it would tag so much. It was nerfed because of that. Okay, we're going door to door, so I'm going that way next. And you can see along the side how much loot I'm getting out of this. Team, you coming? We're going this way. This way, folks. And we'll kill everything on my way to that next door. Am I going the wrong direction? Who knows? Who cares? I'm a tag, and a tag is always, generally, worth following. I'll let them come back in from the carving. We all good? We're all here? Tail is waited for? Got it. I'll sneak off for those pumpkins another time when I'm not the one leading the charge. Also, the more people in this event circle, the more things come out of the door. As far as I know, anyway. That's how normal events scale, anyways. If you are someone who plays Guild Wars 2, you are welcome on in. I am also called Fyerluna in-game, so you can find me easily enough. And you are welcome to join me on my adventures while I run around in a labyrinth like a crazy person. Did you know the gateway to the Mad Realm goes both ways? Because it does. Alright, skeletons. Oh, I didn't wait for all of the tail. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, tail. Yeah, y'all know what's what. Oh, they've got me figured right out. They know where I'm going. Okay. There we go. This one spawns a little in front. Now, you will find people using the engage skills on their mounts because it's easier to get off them. Oh, hello! You're back! Alright, once we finish murdering... AR, calm down. Alright. And while we're tagging this thing, leg stretch. Oh, leg stretch. Okay. Now, there's a few things that people need to know about the etiquette of this. And it's that the comm opens the door. Not like that. The comm is supposed to open the door because I'm the one waiting and watching to make sure that everybody's here. It's effectively being like a support. Yeah. Oh, cute! That's gonna be adorable. Oh, is my old guild leader here? Oh, shoot! Oh my golly! That other person in Stay Chat, prior author? Authorization! I get it! I got it! That's my old guild leader. We got him? We got him. Paired on? I did not open that. Oh, I haven't seen my old guild leader around in ages. I'm glad they're here. Anyway, we're gonna collect this real quick. So I don't forget. I'll forget. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so I used to be part of a guild called Craft. And that's sort of where I got a lot of my start in Guild Wars 2, because that was the guild that Huji was part of. So I had friends in that guild for a long time. Oh. Unlimited thief power. The joke there of instead of just pressing 1, I can now press 2, is that 2 on the thief staff is the damage skill. It's the one that you use as part of your rotation. Oh dear. Alright, now we duck around here. We're also going to fight the Viscount of Candycorn. We're going to duck past the door just to get these little mobs. And then we're going to come right back. Oh, this is great, though. Everybody back? Mist used to run lab runs for the guild and, like, just anybody else who wanted to come along. So I'm glad to see him here. This is great. Oh, fun! Alright, sorry, chat. I haven't been keeping up with you. Welcome in, Tune. Eh? No, this way, this way. This way, children. You better not have cleaned everything out this way. Oh, well. There we go. Yeah! Alright, I forget which door is which. Real quick, I'm gonna carve this pumpkin. I forget which door is which, so we're gonna learn! Please don't let this be the Viscount. Thank you. The Viscount is the purple door. That. Where's my up carrot at? Oh well. Yes. Okay, we're all good. Wait, how is that veteran skeleton here? Still. We got time. Oh, we need to be in the spooky, sticky stuff. Veteran skeleton, go away. So this sticky stuff is giving us a buff that lets us hit the Viscount, and keeps us protected from the Viscount. You can also protect yourself from the Viscount's projectiles by putting feedback over top of him, or any other projectile reflecting thing, because they are coded as projectiles. Da 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 da. Ah, there are few who deny. What I... Blah. Forgot the words all of a sudden. But that's because I'm fighting the Viscount of Candy Corn. He's full of candy corn. He's made of it. Oh. Alright, that is a labyrinth champion. Where are we going next? Back to mid. Steve! At least he waited his turn. Held up in traffic. That's Steve for you. A little late. Oh dear. What is he doing here? Buddy, what are you doing here? Oh dear. Oh, Steve. We still have to do the Lich, and I can't remember how to do the Lich very well. He's difficult, but I think I need to be in melee range with him. I want you in melee range. I want you close enough to stab. Go on, roll a grapple. Check if you want to make a grab. I don't want to leave, but if I do, then you can have an opportunity to take a stab at me from melee range. Legitimately, that joke song is how I remember how melee range works in D&D. Like, straight up. That's it. That's how I remember. We're going up to circle around mid. I swear. Get in there. Arwen, come on. Come on, honey. This way, folks. Follow the pin. Stop using your engage skills, thanks. It's not polite. Appreciate you want loot, but we also all want loot. Ah, it happens every year, though. I'm not mad. So anyway, Halloween is great, and I love it. It's one of my favorite times of Guild Wars. Now, you'll notice I have a bunch of special buffs along my bar. So much so that you can't even see them because of the map. We're gonna do one circuit around the middle. Just to clear it out. We're gonna do once around mid, and then we're gonna do the Lich door. Now, I will say, no one's in voice with me. They cannot hear me unless they are stream sniping. Oh, I gotta wait for my tail to catch up. There we go. Now there's a reason I brought short bows, besides the fact that it is called the Tagamatic in my book. I brought short bow because it lets me teleport ahead if I need to. Like this. Wait, no, I don't need to. I'm at the head of the pack. Come on back now. Come on back now, y'all. Alright, we're going to do Lich next. Oh, I'm sorry you're still an overachiever. It's like... It's rough. We got them all? Okay, we got them all. Alright, let's kill out the Lich's friends. Gonna carve a pumpkin. Then I'm gonna open a door. Here he is. Everybody cuddle up. He needs hugs. Yeah, the big man needs hugs. Else he does foolish things. Yes. Aww. So, it used to be that, before we had Joko up there, it used to be that who we would have up there is Bloody Prince Thorne, King Thorne's son. He used to be up there, and, he would be the one complaining to Thorne about things. And now we have Joko, and honestly, I think it's better with Joko up there. Bloody Prince Thorne is a lot of things, but he is an emo teenager who's just mad his dad killed him. Aww. I don't think you need hugs the same way that the Lich does. The Lich needs hugs because if you get too far away from him, he summons up skeletons that steal life from you. And give it to him. And that's rude. That is wildly impolite of him. Once upon a time, this was an incredibly difficult fight. It was extremely difficult. It was very scary. It was all spooky, scary skeletons. Okay. Back to mid. Pumpkin first. And Mist is right. Attacking his summons could kill you. They had retaliation. My favorite thing. Retaliation is no longer in the game, which we can all be grateful for. Retal was a skill that would, Retal was a skill that would, do damage, well, reflect damage, basically. And it was no good. Nobody liked it. Okay. We're gonna do one run around here, and then we're going out the southwest door. Oh, hey, a carving pumpkin. There we go. Oh, yes! Lots of mobs! We love the mobs! You stay off your engaged skill, friend. Very polite. Very nice. Good work. Oh, I love doing mid. Okay. Oh no, a friend! Alright, let's get ourselves some doors. Ooh, danger bad news. I love the Tagamatic. Okay. I love Fodors. It's like a Hodor. But foes. Aww. Alright. I also can't believe it. I'm impressed. I'm glad everyone's having a good time. Need to re-up on my utility skill. There we go. This is what's getting me all those trick-or-treat bags. Now, I can't spend forever in here. So we will go do other Halloween things, but I'm going to spend a good portion of my time hiding out in here. Oh, old now you say. Hee, axolotl. Alright, we all going? We all good? Want to make sure my tail's following along. Skellingtons? Skelmingtons? Skelmingtons? I sense there's something in the wind that feels like tragedy's at hand. Even though I'd like to Skellington! Can't shake this feeling that I have. Green first. Alright. So the thing is, I have to carve like 100 pumpkins, and I'm just gonna get them. Oh, yeah. No, we totally should. I have several copies. Now, the thing about this is, some people are running support builds around us. They literally do not need to tag anything. They only need to give us buffs. That's why I have all these buffs. So they're running support builds for me. For themselves, really. They get 100% of the participation and credit that anyone who has any buff from them on gets. And they have multi-targeted buffs. So if they have 5 people and those 5 people each tag a different one of these guys, they get 100% of the credit for each of those. Nightmare Before Christmas is one of those things I watch every Halloween and also every Christmas. Alright. So we're back around the ghoul binder. Gourd binder? Gourd binder. This is a pumpkin man. He does pumpkin-y things. It's true. People have asked me whether, people have asked me IRL, Fire, you like weird things, right? Followed me by me going, yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie? And the answer is yes. Because we're mathematicians in this home. We love our mathematician answers. Ooh, cheese whiz. Oh no. Oh, bad news. Bad news, everybody. This guy does damage. He does the deeps. Let's see where we're at with doors. No. Alright, we're going back to mid. There we go. I've missed having messed around. This is good. Heck, I've even been doing like raids and stuff again. One day I'll, when I'm a lot more comfortable with them, I'll show you guys what raids look like. I'm gonna have to get real comfortable with them for, I think, Living Season 3? Maybe? Where's the dangers? There's the dangers. Let the tail catch up. Thank you, friend! Thank you for coming along. Once again, these people cannot hear me. None of them are in chat with me. Thanks for coming. Okay. The reason I can teleport? Slow typer. Oh, sweet, sweet. Yes. Oops. Good luck, racers. Alright, so. Oh, I don't necessarily like anyone in Cult of the Lamb very well, but if I have to pick someone, Narinder's the one I think I would pick. So far, it's because he knows what he wants. And he's gonna get it. Very determined. Also have a tendency to, I also have a tendency towards villains and anti-heroes, because that's just how I am. Because 9 times out of 10, they have an excellent point, but a very difficult time expressing that. Y'all better be leaving them doors alone. I'm gonna get real mad if y'all are opening doors on me. Good, good. I'm glad. Oh dear. We'll get him. Alright. Our racers seem to have generally finished. Also, he's fertile ground for fanfictions. Like, just think about it just for a moment. You're casually chilling out, and then suddenly you get introduced to the idea of death. Oh no, Steve's here! It's Steve again! Oh no! Oh my golly. Fodor's done. Oh yeah, I should think so. Narinder is one of those people who Tumblr would absolutely love. I can tell. As a person who frequents Tumblr. Steve, no! Steve, stop killing! He can't help it! He's killing again! He's gotta do it! Yeah, that's... There's 2 reasons I wouldn't expect to see much Shimura fanfiction. Thing 1, there's a lot of Narinder fanfiction. And thing 2, at a certain point... Shimura would have more fanfiction if it were a tragic gay relationship. I know this sounds wild, but it's true. And you're not going to see a lot of fanfiction of Shimura on their own because we don't know anything about Shimura, really. I mean, they took their whole brain out. Okay, that was wild. Let's never do that again. Oh. But you know that it's true. This is one of those look into your heart, you know it to be true. 'Cause it is. Alright, I do want that carving pumpkin. I want that carving pumpkin so bad. But like, there's something to be done there, but it's not exactly the most... It's not exactly like the most compelling story that you could tell. I'm on fire. And I can see why people would have difficulty writing that, Whereas writing Narinder is a lot of fun for most people, I assume. On account of they've got this big, spooky spookums. Who's like, boo, I'm the god of death, and I'm big and scary, and look at that, I've got 2 dudes chained to me. There's a fandom for that. Oh my golly, I am once again on fire. I am once again asking to stop being on fire. Thank you. Nope, we don't want to keep being on fire. I don't like it. I'm breaking your brake bar. You don't need it. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think the fanfiction children are going to write about, given the opportunity? I say fanfiction children. Fanfiction children are often, not children. I mean, they are functionally chained to him. And what we get of their personalities is, I'll kill them. I'll kill everybody. I'll kill them all. You just watch me. I'll do it. I'll fight them. In Ball. Wait. No, I think that's Aim, actually. Ball's the first one I fight, and isn't he? And we've got, let me take care of this. The fancy version of, I'll kill them. I'll kill every one of them. You just watch. I'll do it. For that, we'd need more of Shimura's characterization, which I know sounds weird, given I just commented that, hey, remember these guys that have literally 2 lines each? Shimura's got something, but, like, that story's done. I suppose. Then again, I can write fanfiction about practically anything. Woo! We did it! Good work, team! Get your loot. Get your loot and then come this way! I love the symbiotic relationships we have with... Come on now. Come on back now, y'all. Door here. Come on back. Fam? Fam, where you going? Okay. When I said all doors, I meant all doors. Oh, no. It's not to write a rare pair, is it? Because you better believe I can write rare pairs. Well. There we go. We're schmoving. Ha ha ha! Charbroil. That. Oh, it's without the E? Well, dang. They're going through the top bit, I think, or trying to. Not me! Not going up there. Where are you going, kids? Come on. We're opening up a faux door down here. Alright, everybody, huddle up! It's been such a long time. Alright, are we good? Is that door done? Yeah, it's done. Good, good. We're all out of combat. OOC, all that. Excellent. Time for the Candy Corn King. Sorry, he's the Grand High Viscount. TBH, I think it has enough lore to function. It's got more lore than I expected out of it. You want lore heavy. You want this game I'm playing right here. You've seen already. This game is wild. Oh yeah, there is a content update coming along, isn't there? Now that Unity's not doing Unity shenanigans. What have I got? Oh, a special one. A special one I can't collect. Oh, right. It won't push you over. I'll have to buy something and then collect it. You can, like... Hey now, relying on headcanons is a time-honored tradition that we have had since the day fanfiction was invented. Headcanons are what got us Spurk, which is what got us fanfiction at all. Oh, I think I need to tell a tale. The tale of how fanfiction came to be in the first place. So, once upon a time, a long time ago, in a land far, far away, the land of Merca. Power creep is real. Anyway, a long time ago in a land far, far away, there were a lot of public decency laws that made it illegal for certain people to continue existing. And for certain things to exist. So what would happen is, you would, if you were one of those people who was in the know, you had to have a friend of a friend, be able to get yourself into an offline letter exchange, because there was no online to have. And you would exchange fanfiction letters with each other. And those fanfiction letters were almost guaranteeably going to be Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock of fanfiction fame, or of fanfiction fame, goodness, of Star Trek: The Original Series. Because on purpose, that show gave them a very close relationship, because it was helping keep Gene Roddenberry and Leonard Nimoy both reasonably happy. Not Gene Roddenberry, William Shatner, the man who played Kirk. Gene Roddenberry is the man who created Star Trek. And so, in those days, if anyone had found your letter exchange, you could have been arrested about it. Which you may recognize as bad. So people would literally risk their freedom, their reputation, basically their lives to write slash fanfiction. And we have those kind people to thank for slash fic. Those are our fandom elders. There wouldn't be another major shift in fandom stuff for a little while, or not one that we'd notice, and that was with the invention of the internet, and therefore archives. Oh, yep. There you go. And food for everyone.
Let's play a game of Mad King Chef. It's my absolute favorite.
Yes, the court chef. Good man.
But only if I say your Mad King says first.
Where did the firewood all go?
Grant me a swift, painless end, or even an excruciating end if it causes evening piss.
Surprise.
Your Mad King says. Cut your tongue. Oh, wait.
Where did my firewood all go? All right. Aw, sweet. One of my guildies is in here. Not that guild. Yeah. That's fair. Where is it? Oh. How did it... Oh no!
Attack my target!
Oh no! Oh no! We can see it! That's the hardest thing here. Is that we can see it. I got some! I got some! Got a little bit of it. Maybe I can do it again. Firewood. Firewood, no.
Safe from harm.
Okay. I gotta play some inventory words. No worries.
Valuable.
It was very sweet. Okay. Gives me a funny thing for stream. Alright. Gives me a funny, silly thing for stream.
Safe from harm.
Good. Anyway, the fandom landscape wouldn't change again until, I mean, it would change. But not really change big again until the internet came around. And the internet came around at the perfect time, for there to be the X-Files. And that gave us, Mulder and Scully. And a lot of will they or won't they shenanigans. And the thing about that, is that's the origin of pro and anti shippers. That's where they came from. Originally, pro ship and anti ship was pro Romo, and no Romo for Mulder and Scully. And that's heckin' wild. There are times where I go, yes, you are my new person. You are the person that I am going to, like, giggle about and delight in, and etc. Anyway. Whoops. All right. And that's sort of the origin of those things. It's a little weird that like, seeing pro and anti ship folks was so weird to me when I first came to Tumblr, because I'm just there like, why are we still talking about the X-Files? It hasn't been on the air for a little bit. I know there's a comic coming, but why are we talking about the X-Files? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the X-Files a lot. But yeah. My social media accounts are themed around me because I'm cool. And also I'm streaming, so I have to theme them around me, otherwise what would I do? And my other social media account is themed around my other ones are themed around just random stuff quite often. Is my booster run out? Probably. Yep. I understand having a fave. There was a time in days long past. That's a merchant. Hey, where's the bank gone off to? Oh, he was just gone. They don't last long, that's why. There we go. Anyway, yeah, there was a time in days long past when I would delight myself with things like a character I loved so much I themed my whole personality on them. Ah. It doesn't stop happening when you get older. It's just the character you theme yourself around is different. Besides, I write a lot of original characters now, so I have a problem where I have a problem where I have an entire fictional world with a fandom of one. It's me. I'm the one. Eh? Oh, I must have tapped one of my buttons that opens up my executioner toy. Eh. Heck, it's Team Mom. Of course he did. Moving out. Steve is just misunderstood and lonely. And coming this way. Oh, I saw him. Let's go get him. Let's deal with him. In a twist, it was us. Oh, right. In a twist, it was... I mean, it's not wrong. Hecate is the only one who's reasonably sensible. That's what he gets. That's what Steve gets these days. We're too fancy and powerful for Steve. Okay. Oh! Whoopsie doodle. Gargoyles, stop being invincible! Stop being determined! Well, unfortunately, too bad. School has to happen. I know it's awful. Do. The trick, as always, is to do your very best to just live through it. I will say, it gets better in university. Source, university. It was better. For legal reasons, this is a joke. Yes. Of course. No, stop killing them. Stop doing murder. Let us get some hits in, friends. We must murder. Wait, what? I literally just got through saying, wow, I'm so glad people don't don't open doors who aren't me. I literally just got through praising you people. Oh dear. This is good. This is fun. I'm glad. I know it might be a little bit weird to watch, but I'm enjoying it. I'll take you all to a game of Reaper's Rumble after this. Yeah, murder! Alright. Nice. Good work, dragging them close. Very nice. I think people see exactly where I'm going. Why are we targeting them? Lich time! Oh. Gather round, children! Okay, good. Legend has it. Legend has it that the Lich used to have mechanics and strats once. I mean, there's lots of reasons for that. Also, sometimes your emotional state can make you feel physical symptoms, which is not fair. Unfair treatment of me, personally. But it can. Oh, chat is being a delight in game. Is math class giving I presume it's not the subject matter, and in fact, the class itself. I have just learned what tetration is, and that is super cool. I learned about that literally yesterday. Oh, it is math itself. Oh. Come on, Arwen, please. I need to get to this door. Faux door! Buttons. Ah. Sometimes I tell people it's a matter of practice, and sometimes I tell people it's a matter of just kind of getting it. It depends on what the math is. You're right. That's it for me tonight, folks. Zooming! Alright. Now I should, if I go into the festivals thing. Yeah, I should not see myself. Alright. Oh. There are tricks to doing math without a calculator. I don't understand why they're so against you using a calculator. Is this one of those math teachers that's like, calculators make you weak? Or is this one of those math teachers that's just like, I'm going to teach you how to do mental math, and then later when you're older you can use a calculator because you'll have to? Alright, we're going to play Mad King Says again, and then I'm going to show you guys Reaper's Rumble, and a couple of the other things that we can do. Ooh, we got a fancy skull. And at the end of the night, we'll see how much loot I came away with. Because I got 2 stacks of bags hanging out here. Well, not quite 2 stacks of bags. Ah, calculators make you weak. Yeah, I'm familiar with that kind of math teacher. Hey, it's Thorne! The trick with calculators make you weak types is that they are teaching you good foundations. It sucks to deal with it in the moment, but they are trying to teach you good foundations. Golly, I'll get there in a minute. Because there is something to be said for learning, like, the basics and a bunch of other stuff. Ah, dang it! Okay, so here's what's going on. When you see that little E with a funny with E accent aigu, that's because I have my keyboard set to CMS. And Guild Wars still has the buttons lined up to what the buttons were, so it understands that as slash. So sometimes I hit enter and it goes, oh, your keyboard's set to CMS and lets me type EX on the gear. And sometimes I don't and it lets me type slash. I see, I see. Oh, you've got like, oh gosh, I used to know the abbreviation for that, specifically for the US. It was, oh gosh. I keep trying to say IP, but that's not quite right.
You smell funny.
Maybe it's ILP? Whatever. Something something accommodations.
It's far too quiet around here. Your mad king says
We've always got apples. Gotta tag up. Where'd he go? Sir? Come back. Now the thing is, I don't get the rewards from the box again, but I do get progress on the achievement.
what a Shibari ran into a minotaur.
Yeah.
I forgot the rest.
Yeah, you don't have to suffer that. Or you shouldn't have to. The way to get around that is usually just to say, hey, I actually have an I have an accommodation on file for that. I'm allowed to do this. And if they still say no, you take it up with,
The other day I lost my head. Occasionally
you take it up with, I don't know, a guidance counselor, a principal, a vice principal. I don't know how big your school is. Our school wasn't big enough to have, like, anything enormous. My elementary school had a principal. And we had one resource teacher because we had 100 kids total in the whole elementary school. And we went primary to 6.
aren't you? Your mad king says
Swift and steady.
Point? Point! Yeah, so if you've got all of the things, I think the thing you take it up with is probably a guidance counselor. Or if it's not, a guidance counselor will know who you do take it up with. Or a resource teacher if you have that kind of thing. Yeah, all them guys. Yeah. My high school had a vice principal and guidance counselors and stuff. And by high school, I mean grades 7 to 12, because we don't have that middle school split in the middle. Or rather, we didn't for a long time, and then when we did get it, it was grades 7, 8, and 9. 6th graders are still in the elementary school.
display a little respect before you. Your mad king
Is this bow? Salute. I cannot type! Yes. If you have support staff, that's the thing. When I say resource teacher, I'm talking about support staff, I think. The job of a resource teacher is that they have their own classroom. And what they do is any of the folks that we have who have, like, special accommodations or need, like, basically just a room where they can go. That's what the resource teacher's room is for. So if you get constant migraines, resource room. Need a place to go because you're super overstimulated and you are going to become the worst possible version of yourself. Resource room. Stuff like that. Done your test and really annoyed that people keep teasing you and will not leave you alone. Resource room. Yeah, I figured. I got there eventually.
Though I have always been a cleric,
Alright, what are we doing?
Ungrateful pigs!
Oh, I think this is surprised.
Says... Surprise!
We can't escape Inky Minaj. Actual Nicki Minaj is here. Yeah, no, we have a resource room for that. We did even when I was in school, and that was some time ago.
All my
Is
perhaps I will notice you
this wave? I think this is wave.
king says...
Yeah. He says the same thing for everything, so you can learn this if you've never played Simon Says before. And I will tell you right now, every year there are people going, I've never played Simon Says. I don't understand what game you're talking about. And I believe them. Because no one would say that. Yeah. Simon Says isn't a common game in some places. Well, like for instance, I would expect that you have never played Daruma-san. You've probably played something like it, but I doubt you've played Daruma-san. Oh wait, this isn't what I have to do. Despite the fact that it is incredibly common in Japan. I know you've played a game like it, but if someone said, no, it's just like Daruma-san, you'd be like, question mark, question mark, question mark? Daruma-san works a little bit like red light, green light. More or less exactly the same. It's just, it also has like it also has kind of like the way that Mother May I works. No, wait, I don't have to do this one. I'm being crazy. Daruma-san is the name of the person who's playing it. You've probably seen Darumas around? They're those round guys, what Darumaka is based off of. The Pokemon, I mean. I'm gonna show you what happens. We can leave. We don't have to stay. He can't catch me. I can go. I can get outside his range. There, he didn't catch me. He's gonna catch all those other people. They're gonna all, yep, they're all gonna end up in the costume brawl pit. No! No! If I can still hear him, I might be in range. Okay, okay, we're alright. Yeah, we're alright!
Did you know the gateway to the Mad Realm goes both?
I sure did, Lion Guard.
King can enter our realm, and we can enter his.
Lol.
Sounds like a great opportunity to refine my combat skills. That labyrinth seems
I love that they've added, like, dialogue for the Lion
Watch
Guard.
yourself. I wouldn't want to get stuck in there with the Mad King for an entire year.
Curly fry. I will not elaborate. Curly fry. All right.
Magister Tassie's research wasn't a complete waste of time. This candy corn is really effective bloody prince repellent.
You can practically smell the candy corn at home.
Nope. No elaboration. Mysteries. All right. Ah. Okay, we're gonna play a game of Reaper's Rumble. Reaper's Rumble is one of my favorite of these. I legitimately just really enjoy it. I don't play a lot of it when the season comes around because this game, Guild Wars 2 is not the kind of game that, like, there is PvP, but this... Oh, this ain't it. The grass makes you invisible. They can still see the grass moving. Enemy players, that is. But they can't see you in it. So they can't target you with things. Now then. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I should not go up there. Got her. Healing. That's a lot of skeletons. I do not care for that. I don't know if I can make it to the grass. Maybe I can. I made it to the grass. They can't see me anymore. Now, what I'm doing, foolishly, is going to try to duck in behind there because I think I can. Oh, no, I can't. Goodbye. Uh-oh. They definitely know that I'm here. Now, where are my friends? My friends aren't around here, so I should probably leave. I see them. Uh-oh. Ah, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha! Uh-oh. Oh no! Friend, I hope you can take advantage of that! I love smiley fries, they're fresh. You can do that? That's crazy. You're crazy. If we can do this, oh boy, you better believe I'm gonna res our friend here. Aspartame. You don't have to res me, stranger. Now that said, I'm gonna go sneak around and see what I can see. I heard that and it scared me terrible. I see them. I saw that too. I don't know where they're going, but I don't want to find out either. I don't know if they can see me. Oh dear! Oh my gosh, oh golly, oh wow. Oops. That's what I get for coming up there. Alright. Oh, cute! I'm glad. I'm glad people are enjoying, the game enough that it gets merch. I can hear that elementalist. Whoa! Some people are just real quick at this. Yeah, that's our central mausoleum's done. That's unfortunate. Jaws with calamar instead. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's danger down there. I should not like to go down there. Oh, maybe I have to. Oh, I'm base locked and everything. I don't like that. Oh, friends. Ah, nerds. Oh well. I don't mind who wins this game. I just like playing it. Oh. Why are they rezzing me? Oh, it's very polite of them. I appreciate it. Going with these skeletons. Their mausoleums are running low. All of them. We just need to finish one or two of them off. Which means we need to not get so far out from... Where's our skeleton friends? There they are. Our bonemen. Good work, boneman. That's one. Uh-oh. There's somebody behind me. That's just skeletons. That's not just skeletons. No, it is. Uh-oh. Dang it! Ah. Well, that's fine. Game's over because the mausoleums are destroyed. That's okay. What? Worth 2.225? Oh my. Oh, I'm going to play Lunatic Inquisition. I don't get the reference.
I wonder if Tyria's best could take him in a fair fight.
Now that's a battle I'd love to see.
Let's hope this is the opening bit of Lunatic Inquisition. Aw, dang it. We're very late in the game. I'll play another round so you can see how this actually works. The reason that I am ghostly is because I have been converted to the lunatic court. You! Come on, I see you still. Where'd you go? There you are. Whoa! That's right. You have to. There's two of them over here. One of us! One of us! Anyway, they become a lunatic now. Once we kill everybody, they become lunatics. Oh, or maybe it's just points. Okay. Used to be once we killed everybody, they got, they lost. If I wait in here, it should restart the instance. Ah.
That's me. He's getting bored. I need more mirth, more bloodshed.
Okay.
Lunatics! My subjects, it is time.
Alright, so it's my job, as a villager, dressed in just regular town clothes, human town clothes, that is. Wah! it is time for me to run around and do stuff. Now, I am just a little guy. Just a little fella. That's the center. We don't want to go there. That's where the lunatics all spawn. What was black goo? Throw your go to foe, blinding them. Setting them on fire. Oh, what do you need over here? Bones! We're looking for bones. That's a torch, not a bone. Ah! Why? Oh, they know where I am now. That's also not bones. These are all torches. Where are my bones? My bonely bone friends. I see my party chat, but they've definitely headed out, so. Black goo, torch. Now we have to be on the lookout for lunatic courtiers. They will try to kill me, and they can. They can do so very easily. That's black goo. None of this is bones. Now, the easiest way to stay out of the way of the courtiers is to stay outside of the zone. Can I pick up food and torch at the same time? Nope. That's unfortunate. I find that it's easiest to, like, just pick a spot and hide. But I also find that eventually they will find you. Because there's a couple of spots that are just really... Torches gathered? Oh boy, do I have a torch for you, ma'am. And I know where there's a whole bunch more. If I can get to them. Better pick up some black goo just in case. I'm scared. No! Nerds. Whoa! Oh, I'm done. I'm toast. Well, I'm a lunatic now. You get converted, you see. So it gets easier the longer the game goes for the lunatic court to win. I can't pick up items anymore. I can pick up items. Never mind, I lied. Alas. Anyway, now I've got a sweet axe. And I roughly know where all the, What? Why are you lit up allied? You're not a ghost. Visual glitch. Take a little look-see around, see about these villagers. If the villagers can get all the stuff set up in here, like at these different mausoleums, they can usually win from that. It is possible for them to win. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is. Normally when I come here, what I'll do is just kind of tuck myself in up here. And you can hide in shadows as long as you're still. That's why we have a points threshold now instead of the way that we were doing it, which was either everyone gets converted or literally anyone survives. Yes. Lunatics Unleashed, if you will. Which, I miss that show. That was such a good cartoon. Well, until it couldn't figure out what it wanted to be anymore. Hello, friends. I guess there are no survivors in that general direction. Anyway, villagers get points for surviving, so if you can all survive for a long time, you can win that way too. Where could they be? Where could they be? The survivors that I can't see. Yeah, because we had the most points. I once again do not understand how this works necessarily, but I like playing around. Alright, let's get out of there. Oh, I see you've redeemed Hydrate. So we hydrate before we dehydrate, and then big stretch. Whew. Oh, big stretch. Oh.
The Mad King is challenging Vengeance.
Wiggle, wiggle. Alright. And
Tyria's best could take you in a fair
now it's off to the raceway.
That's a battle I'd love to see.
Oh, wait.
Wouldn't expect
First, I have to do this.
fight fair.
I cannot forget. Cannot forget. Is this... I want revived orbs. I don't usually need them, but when I do need them, by golly, I need them. 3 rounds of Mad King says, 25 events in the labyrinth. Nice. We're already back at 445. Which I think means I can get all of these. I'll get them later. No need to be bad at maths. The trick to maths is to make everything as close to 10 as possible and figure out how to do that. And then you can do stuff really quickly after that. Going to the raceway! We're gonna race our mounts around. Or at least just to make things to be easier numbers. Oh yes, this is Arwen's Jackal. He's beautiful. He's a lovely boy. He's such a good boy. He's very friendly. Pet, pet, pet. Math? So, math is about learning to understand math. I know that sounds weird. But the trick to it is that it's not as hard as you think it is. It's just a matter of learning all the rules to it. So, so when you're very small and you're first learning what numbers are, it doesn't always make sense the order that they go in, because like why would it? You're a baby. Why does one thing go first and then like 2 things go second? Isn't 2 things first because 2 things is more? But it's because you're a little baby and don't understand it yet. Aw, sweet, sweet. This is gonna save a lot of time, actually. Alright, roller beetle time. I'm not good at this race. I can't promise you a good showing. We'll try our best. And then you learn the rules to numbers. It's the first one is first because we go from 0 and then 1, 2, 3. And then you start learning, okay, if you're me, then your uncle teaches you what negative numbers are. And it makes a lot more sense because you go 1, 2, 3, and then you can also go -1, -2, -3. And that makes a lot more sense, and it makes the whole counting business sensible. Or at least it did to me. I learned math a little weird. And then you just start building on that. It's like learning anything new. Same as if you're learning a new tabletop system or if you're learning a new game, you have to learn new rules to it. Math can be thought of as a thing, like just like anything else, a game that you have to learn rules to. So, and it builds up gradually. At the beginning, all you know how to do is count, and then you learn addition and subtraction, which make counting but faster. And then you learn multiplication and division, which is adding and subtracting, but more fast. And then, you know, you learn brackets and exponents, and that's usually where most people stop. You stop with bedmass. Or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or whatever thing you use to remember that. The order of operations. And that's where most people stop off on math. Because you don't need the more complicated stuff, usually. If you're me, you then went on to learn sine, cosine, and tangent, and a bunch of stuff that you'd need for, like, calculus and stuff. Because it's interesting and fun. Oh, Beetle, you're so fast! Too fast! Let's go! I'm not gonna get a good time on this race, but I should be mostly okay. No! Ah, the curse. The commentator's curse, and now I'm being passed by other people. Ah. Horrible. There we go. I am my own worst commentator's curse. Now, this race is 3 laps long, so being in first right now is not necessarily the best thing. But if you're first long enough, you get... No, don't get caught on the tree again! Not again! Oh, well, I'm not that worried about it. Excuse me? Hello? I did not want to thread that needle that way. Oh well. Zoom in. Once I am no longer focused up on this, I will talk more about maths. Come on now. Those bombs. Alright, zoom in. So Beetle drifts, which is nice of it. I gotta find a better way to take that corner. Yeah, because y'all call it parentheses. For some reason. But, I say for some reason, like I didn't grow up with people also calling it parentheses sometimes, but it's brackets. It's brackets to me and probably always will be. Okay. There we go. We did not get caught completely on the tree again. Nice. Close enough. Anyway, there was somebody who shot off way ahead of me, and they're definitely gone off way ahead of me. I do not know where they are. As is the way with Beetle races. Again, I hit that every time. Every time. Right, right. You start drifting before you hit the hill, and then you're facing the right direction. There we go. We got it. I said drift. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, we can do this. Alrighty then. I like it. I like it. We've got a lot of good pun names this evening. Ah. The terrain, my greatest weakness. I can probably just do this. Come on! Arwen, please. Please, baby. Come on. There we go. Alright. There we go. Right. So, math is a game that you just have to learn all the rules to, and once you learn all the rules, you get a lot better off with it. It can be tricky, especially because once rules start building on each other, it gets confusing, and if you miss a step, you're gonna be very confused when people start to go on. I learned in the old math way first, and then I learned what people who learned that way call the new math. I will say I consider the new math to be a little bit easier. I can't describe the difference between them very well, because it's been too long since I knew the difference between them. Oh, that's a terrible run. I can't do that way. Oh no! What were you guys mixing in chem? I have questions. I don't know if they have answers. Okay, so this one I'm supposed to use my bunny rabbit for. But I'm gonna use my sky scale instead. The sky scale, I will say, is not faster for this. I just like using it more. Oh, for crying out loud. Come on. Oh, maybe, actually. Maybe it is faster because I can just do that. Okay. We're about to see. Oh, no. Ah, nerds. Pretty quick. How did I get that done in? 49? 49 even! Oh. Alright. Hiya here, welcome in! It's Halloween in Guild Wars 2 right now, so we're doing Halloween things. Doing Halloween things on my, very spooky Silvari. Who's very spooky and definitely a bog monster. Definitely will not consume your flesh. Definitely not. Definitely not. Unless he catches you. Unless they catch you. Then they'll consume your... Then they'll eat you. Just a little. Just a little bit. Sodium and something else. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I should think so. I'm trying to think of what you'd be learning about. If you're learning about acids and bases and stuff, you would have been mixing like sodium and like a chloride of some... Ah, well. Don't blow stuff up. There you go. It's Halloween. We're having a good time. Getting all the bags. I did a lab run for a while. At a certain point, and this is one of them, I'm like, man, maybe teaching isn't for me. maybe I do just want to hang around on Twitch and not have to teach in a live classroom environment. I feel like I would have a problem with it eventually. Then again, I was teaching English, so... Well, that's what I was doing my, that's what I was... Blah. My student teaching was English. There we go. Alright, we did that one. I will do the beetle one, or at least I'll try again. We're gonna roll into madness. Yeah. Teaching does not pay very well here, or anywhere presumably, but it does not pay very well here, and it's a lot of hassle. I don't mind, because I don't mind kids. I actually like being around kids a lot of the time. I mind parents. I mind parents so much sometimes. Like, I get it. You know, y'all want what's best for your youngins, but, you don't spend 8 hours a day, 5 days a week with them. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you don't actually spend that much time with them while they're awake and you're also awake. Depending on what your weekends are like. That's my one smug dig. Yeah! Stuck on the tree again. Oh, they moved it a little bit. That's nice. Come on! Arwen, come on! Why are you like this? That's still silver, I think. Yeah, alright. Good enough. I don't need gold on that thing. I got gold once, and it's good enough for me. I got my scarf. Got my scarf! Scarf to prove it! That's what this is. That's the scarf I won from doing it. From getting gold on that race. I also don't know how people do it. I have infinite patience. I have infinite patience for, like, people who actually want to learn. And even patience for people who think that they don't. My patience wears thin when I get somebody coming in and being like, why don't you do it like I think you should do it? I think you should do things completely differently. This is my child we're talking about. And in those cases, I have, like, zero patience. Because the answer to why don't I do it like you think I should do it is clinical research. is research best practices and also the school board. Take it up with the school board. Not me. Oh, I know it sucks in the States. I know it sucks in the States, and it sucks worse. I didn't know things could suck worse for teachers, but it's worse in the States. Oh, sweet. I've got, like, 2 stacks of bags and that. Woo! Oh, Enneagram machine bucks. When did I get that? Oh, I know when I got that. Now, have I completed my annual Halloween rituals? Oh. I need to go back to the labyrinth real fast. Or, no, back to the labyrinth either way. We're gonna do a race event. We're gonna see if it counts if I do the time trial, and if it doesn't count if I do the time trial. Oh! Master Rider H! This is an ancestor of Farron's. Of Lord Farron's. Pardon his missing head. He lost that to the Mad King. He is exactly as you would expect. Very silly. But extremely well-meaning. Take me back to the lab. I will say, like I said, I don't know where you're at with maths. Like, you've gotten as far as bedmass. Or pedmass, however you like to put that. I'm not going to be able to carve 100 pumpkins. I say as I carve a pumpkin. I mean, I will over the course of Halloween, but I might be able to just finish this out. Where's the race at? Is it down here? No, I'm crazy. It's marked! It's literally right here. I'm 2 feet from it. Alright, let's go. Whoops! I did not mean to press that button. Oh, yeah. Aw, decimals are great. I've learned several things about decimals. The first thing that I've learned about decimals is the trick to them is to just round them up. Or rather, I don't mean round them up. How to explain? If you're having trouble working with decimals, turn them into the... Just move the tens digit and work with them that way. Problem solved. And then remember to move the tens digit back to convert them appropriately. You got, you know, 2 times 0.8? Well, you've got 8 times 20. And then move the tens place back once you're done. Wait, does that still work? Yeah, that still mats out. Wait. I should have picked an easier I should have picked an easier math problem to do. Nice. That did complete the annual. Oh, I have to do one more? I'm not running around killing 100 of those. Dang, I really wanted those greaves. They look pretty sweet. And they've got that nice shadow effect on them. And it gives me clawed toesies. I don't want them for Arwen, but I do like these boots. Ah! I got teleported. Well, I guess we're carving pumpkins. So I guess it's time for me to show you where every pumpkin is. Skellington? Skellington. No. Bad Skellington. It depends on where you're at. And what you plan to do with yourself. Unless you're going into a field that's heavy in mathematics, you're probably alright just knowing maths at all. Bye. See ya. Forgot to put my sky scale on. Is there something going on over there? Oh, I know what's going on over there. Yep. Yep. Lunatic Court. Some Halloween monsters will fight other Halloween monsters. Because King Thorne and Bloody Prince Eric have problems with one another. On account of Thorne did kill his own son. As you do. As one does when they've completely lost their mind. Where's my sky scale at? Good. There are cases where math is important in the real world outside of stuff like that, but a lot of it is for you. Heck you all! How dare you? How dare! I am just trying to carve pumpkins. I came out here to have a good time, and I am honestly feeling so attacked right now by skeletons. Huh. Now I have to go check and make sure the pumpkin got carved. It did. Okay, we're good. Well, you can't stop me. I'm too mighty. You know, I should put on my stealth build if I'm gonna do this. Whatever. We're leaving. I have places to be. More carving pumpkins to carve. Ha, lol. You can still use math for things. You won't know you're doing it is the trick. For instance, if I'm out and I see like if I'm out and I need to do quick math on taxes, thankfully I can do that because I can multiply percentages. Helps me know what I'm getting into when I get to the checkout line. So that I'm not caught going, huh. For those of you, potentially, who might be in, say, Europe, or a place that's sensible and just includes the tax as part of the price, I'm sure this sounds wild, because in many places, if you have $1 and an apple costs $1, and you take the apple and the $1 to the checkout and hand that $1 to the cashier, you will walk away with that apple. In Canada, at least, you will all need $1.15 if that apple is taxed. It isn't, because it's a food. But you will need $1.15 if that apple is taxed to walk away with that apple. Which is wild, I'm sure. For places that don't have that idea. Pumpkin! Woo! I'm not going to tag up for another labyrinth because I only have like 8 minutes left. But I am going to just fly around and get pumpkins. There are other times when you just... It's very rare that I see people not using math. It's just really common that I see people not knowing what math they're actually using. You're probably not going to be busting out sine, cosine, tangent, that stuff that you need for calculus and trig. You're not likely busting that out. Now that said, you're possibly, very possibly, ouch, how dare you, Skellington? You're very possibly busting out things with angles and such. Hello? Mount? Hi? Pumpkin! Now you might be wondering, why am I so very carefully moving around? Now, you saw for just a split second that there was a sign on my bar. A face. That face is what makes me do the labyrinth the way I'm doing the labyrinth, where I respect the walls. I'll show you why in a second once I'm done carving up some of these pumpkins that I know are around here, because there's quite a few. I'll show you what that does if you leave it up there too long and make it mad at you. See, the labyrinth was invented before mounts were, so we didn't have mounts in the labyrinth. Until all of a sudden, one day we did. And it was all well and good, because we didn't have any mounts that could get over the top of the walls. We had our raptor, we didn't even have our beetle. We had our raptor, we had our jackal. If we were very wealthy, we had our griffin. Griffin is like 200 gold to get a hold of. Give or take. We didn't have our sky scales, and that's important. Is there another carving pumpkin around here? There should be. Yeah, there we go. Oh! Aw, good night! Oh, Thorne. Thorne's up here telling corny jokes to Joko, another undead king from... Thorne's from Kryda. Joko is from Alona. And they have a very similar shtick. They have a very similar shtick. I would like to carve this pumpkin. I'm probably going to have to deal with a candy corn elemental. Maybe I won't! Maybe I'll just fly away! Woo! Leaving. The most hateful pumpkin. I've fallen off several times trying to get this pumpkin before. Come on. Thankfully I have a sky scale now, so I can just do that. I cannot walk this thing very well. Alright, now it's time to show you what it does when that face shows up. This is your punishment. Come on now. Out of bounds. This is your punishment for going out of bounds. Just get dropped somewhere random in the lab. It doesn't even kill you. Most out of bounds punishments are death. And then you have to waypoint back. Instead, our out of bounds punishment is being dropped in a random place in the labyrinth, and that is so much worse. Where are we at with pumpkin carving? 50? Good. We're getting there. Alright, I won't get it tonight, but we'll get it later. And now, we're gonna go through all this loot. All this sweet, sweet loot. That I've now got hold of. Is that new? No, that's last year. Okay, I got several stacks of bags. Let's get the candy bags first. Full of candy. Personalized treat bags have a higher chance of dropping rare things. The rare things from this... There's some really nice rare stuff. Enchanted music box? Oh, no. I got the gift of spiders once, and I was really sad, because of all the things to get from the super rare, I got that. And there's such nice things in here. There's infusions. I've got Touch of Madness so many times I can't even count it. There's such nice things in here that I could have gotten that weren't that. Ember infusion. Like, the courtly weapon chest. That's got the refractors in it. You can turn the refractors into infusions. Ah, soul conductor. Alright. Let's get our loot opened up. These have a higher chance of dropping nice things. Nope. It did drop the Grim Pact. Alright. Let's go inventory wars. That's not too bad. Candy corn, would you do me the favor and stack what yourself? Thank you. These are finishers. When I kill people, they do something fun. You can see them in the back there. I don't have a permanent one of these, but by golly. Oh, I have a sanctified finisher? Sweet. Alright. Yes, yes, Saturday we are doing practice. It'll be 8 o'clock for me. It'll be, I think that's 4. That's 4 Pacific. Do 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 do. Alright. At least I'm gonna get a lot of candy corn cobs out of this. Candy corn cobs are the currency for Halloween. Onus again? Come on. It's the umpteenth one. I didn't even keep my Touch of Madness stuff. Alright. Oh no, that stuff won't deposit. Yeah, we're going to Lion's Arch. We gotta clean that up. Get me out of here! Yes! Yes, I've been playing Cult of the Lamb. I admit, I'm not super great at it, but my, all my practice in Hades has taught me very well. So it's working out pretty decently. I'm not giving you, Drubert, you can't have it. Drubert, you did make questionable life choices. I'm not supporting them. There we go. One of those. Just to clean up my inventory. I'm not even making the Lunatic Court gear. Let me deposit all of that. It's another Grim Pact to add to the collection. Really? Alright. Yeah! Surprisingly well, actually. I wasn't expecting it, but now that we're into, like, a holiday season, I'm doing, like... The time around the holidays has historically been really good for me. So now that we're in the time around the holidays, it's really, really good for me. There we go. Sharpening skull. I don't have the recipe. Interesting. Interesting. Weird. I never don't have recipes. You guys can just stay, I guess. I'm gonna get more. Alright. Now we wait. Patient. That is the inventory primarily cleaned out. And that means that is the end of the evening. So I'm gonna go see who we've got that we can go on an adventure and visit. Why did it mute in the background? My game doesn't do that normally. Let's go see who we can wander off to visit. Whoopsie doodle. Come back here. Well, if it's gonna mute in the background anyway, we're just gonna do this. There we go. To adventure!